I'm going to use my finance degree and go start a business or get a normal job and live a peaceful life back at home in America.
Johnny Somali, he can't go get a regular job now. He can't go do anything else. He has no skills. He has nothing else. He has no money.
I think if I get sent to prison again, I'm going to go psycho. There's no more Ramsey at that point. I feel like
What is his life now? What is his life now? Where is he going to go? What other country can he stream in? Yeah, I will see you in the jail cell.
Now he's finding out actions have consequences. Guilty to 6 of the 8 charges so far and could face up to 20 years in prison for those alone.
Minimum and maximum sentences, sometimes upwards of decades. This man is in big trouble.
Johnny Somali just slammed the final nail into his own career. It's officially over. Yes, you heard that right. Even if, by some miracle, he managed to slip out of South Korea, which is basically impossible at this point, his career wouldn't survive. People keep asking, is Johnny Somali still relevant? The harsh truth is, no, he's finished. He's not even that old, but his career is already buried. Now, don't get it twisted. Plenty of influencers have served serious time and bounced back stronger than ever. Take Wes Watson, for example. He spent a whole decade locked up in a California state prison. And when he got out, he flipped the script.
He films himself traveling abroad, being a massive a-hole for views, and now he's finding out actions have consequences. He's been stuck in South Korea since December, and he's now pled guilty to 6 of the 8 charges so far and could face up to 20 years in prison for those alone.
Turning himself into a millionaire with his whole alpha male coach empire. So the big question is, can Johnny Somali pull off a comeback like that? Honestly, no chance. His reputation is so toxic right now that there's officially nothing left for him to rebuild. Let's break this all down. Johnny Somali is facing a storm of backlash in South Korea, and it's not just online hate, it's the law coming down hard on him. He's currently staring at 6 criminal charges, which already lock him into a guaranteed 5 years behind bars. That's the minimum, and that's not even the worst of it. He's also fighting 2 deepfake charges, and while he pleaded not guilty, that move might end up blowing back on him in a major way. This entire scandal has spiraled into a massive international concern. People across the globe are weighing in, and the chatter just keeps growing louder. Some insiders are even whispering that Johnny Somali could end up rotting in prison for up to 20 years if things take a darker turn. Whether Johnny Somali actually ends up serving 20 years or not is something the courts will decide later.
Right? But like Truvecki, Did Percussion says for 2 Canadian, I'm not a lawyer, but I think Ramsey is salamied, right? Yes, he indeed is. He indeed is. That is a factual statement. That look, even if Ramsey, let's pretend that Ramsey gets away with a little bit of time behind bars, maybe a couple months. Let's pretend in a magical world that's not going to exist. Let's pretend he gets like 3 months in a Korean prison, 3 months in a Korean prison, and a huge fine, and he gets out. What is his life now? What is his life now? Where is he going to go? What other country can he stream in? What other India? He said India? Good luck with that, bro. Good luck with that. Come down here to Southeast Asia? Yeah, I will see you in the jail cell.
But right now, here's the real concern everybody's buzzing about. Johnny Somali has 0 chance of slipping out of South Korea. None. That's basically guaranteed. And it's not just random people online saying this. Even legal experts are flat out warning that Johnny's future is pitch black, no matter how this plays out. Think about it. Even if by some miracle he did manage to run away from South Korea, it wouldn't save him. His career is already crushed, his image destroyed, and his future burned to ashes. So even if he got out, what's he running back to? Nothing but broken bridges and closed doors. And here's the kicker. Those same legal minds are saying that even if Johnny tries to stay in another Asian country after his prison time or moves somewhere else across the globe, he won't make it. Why? Because his record will follow him everywhere. South Korea isn't just gonna wave goodbye and forget. Nah, they've locked him down tight for at least 3 solid years. And even after that, nobody knows how the legal system there would react if he suddenly tried to skip out.
We already saw that with the one minor streamer down here who was messing around. And as soon as I called him out, not only did he go silent, but he fled to another country because he knew the heat was on him and the people were looking for him. People were looking for him, if you know what I'm saying. We all know, right? So people are learning FAFO. And Johnny Somali, he can't go get a regular job now. He can't go do anything else. He has no skills. He has nothing else. He has no money, no clout. He's going to be irrelevant. He's replaced. He was always replaceable. The only thing he's fun for now is how long he's going to be in the fields. And then he's done. His life is done.
For now, the picture is clear. Johnny Somali is stuck with no easy escape route. And that's only half the problem. lawyers and insiders are pointing out the deeper issue. Johnny Somali has no real skills. He can't land a proper job, can't build a stable life. And with the internet already turning him into a global pariah, survival itself has become a fantasy for him, even with people like Hank Yu whispering plans about helping him survive, or Johnny daydreaming about starting over in China after serving time. It's pure wishful thinking. The truth couldn't be clearer. Nobody is sticking around for Johnny Somali anymore. He might spend the rest of his life behind bars, or maybe he'll fade into complete internet obscurity. But either way, the fact stands. Creators, fans, and even industry insiders all agree on one thing. Johnny Somali's career is officially dead. The public and the experts are on the same page. Johnny has no way to fight back. His career in South Korea is finished, and there's no revival tour waiting for him.
Is in big trouble. The last time we checked in on him, he was trying to leave South Korea, but now it's been months and he has not been allowed to leave. He is banned from traveling. He's banned from leaving the country. This man has racked up charge after charge after charge after charge. And it's not just silly stuff like being annoying by carrying a dirty fish around the street. It's serious charges that carry minimum and maximum sentences, sometimes upwards of decades. This man is in big trouble.
But here's where it gets even more twisted. What was Johnny Somali's own plan before all this blew up? What was he telling people about his future? You might remember, or maybe you missed it, but Johnny once said that if he ever did escape, he wouldn't be out here chasing clout anymore. He actually claimed he'd settle down and get a regular job. Sounds like a whole different character, right? You can even catch him on video saying this himself. But let's be real, nobody buys it. Everybody knows Johnny Somali's words can't be trusted. Saying he's going to change his ways is nothing but smoke and mirrors. He's lied too many times, and the public sees right through it. And here's the wild part. Remember how we talked about Wes Watson earlier? That guy did 10 years in a California prison and walked out a millionaire, flipping his story into a brand. Johnny's been hinting that he's had all these life-changing experiences too, acting like he's gonna rise from the ashes. But don't be fooled. If he ever does get out, there's no guarantee he won't just try some new hustle, like running a shady streaming agency for newcomers desperate for a shot.
Shut it off and say, I quit this Johnny Somali character. I'm just gonna go back to being Ramsey. I'm gonna use my finance degree and go start a business or get a normal job and live a peaceful life back at home in America. I feel like I've had so many experiences that have been life-changing. And the resiliency it's given me, like really what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I've been through a lot of shit. And I feel like if I quit, what was the point of it?
Could Johnny Somali possibly bounce back? Maybe in some alternate reality. But right now, the odds are next to zero. And let's not forget, even Johnny himself once admitted that if he ends up stuck inside a South Korean prison, he probably wouldn't survive for long. That's how desperate the situation really is. The craziest part? Johnny actually bragged before that he's escaped from many prisons in the past, acting like he's untouchable and fearless. But come on, who's really buying that? This isn't some action movie. This is real life, and South Korea doesn't play when it comes to the justice system. And then there's the other angle. Johnny trying to wave around labels to gain sympathy. He's claimed bipolar, he's claimed CTE, anything to stir up pity or confusion. But the way it looks, all of that is just another layer of drama. He knows exactly what he's doing, twisting narratives, dropping shocking lines, and manipulating his audience to keep eyes on him even when everything else has fallen apart. And here's where things get even uglier. The legal community is now openly questioning Johnny Somali's mental game, saying he's trying to play both sides, acting tough on one hand while pulling the sympathy card on the other. It's like he wants the world to see him as some fearless outlaw, but at the same time, he's begging people to believe he's a victim of his own struggles. Insiders are whispering that this double act isn't fooling anyone anymore. Court officials and prosecutors are already frustrated with his games, and some even believe this back and forth might actually make his punishment worse. Think about it. When you keep lying, exaggerating, and spinning stories, the system won't cut you slack. They'll hit you harder to set an example. And you know what? The public sees through it too. Online, people are calling him out left and right. They're saying Johnny Somali has no identity. He's whoever he thinks will get him the most attention that day. And honestly, they're not wrong. One minute he's an influencer bragging about freedom, the next he's an innocent man crying about being misunderstood. Which one is it? The scariest part is that some of his followers still defend him, saying maybe he can change. Maybe he can flip his life around like others before him. But deep down, most people know the truth. There's no real comeback path here. Johnny Somali burned every bridge, and now he's trapped with no escape plan. So if we stack everything together, the truth is impossible to ignore. Johnny Somali's career is officially finished. The man has destroyed his own reputation, and there's no coming back from that. Even if by some miracle he reappeared online tomorrow, he could never climb back to the level he once had. That door is closed for good. Think about it. His streaming saga is dead, his name is poisoned, and the internet has already moved on. Whether he somehow escapes prison, pays a massive fine, or pulls some wild legal trick to shorten his sentence, it doesn't even matter anymore. The main point is clear. Johnny Somali's career and his life as a content creator are done, over, buried. The only question left now is whether he fades quietly into obscurity or if his downfall gets dragged out in public for years to come. Either way, survival as a creator is no longer on the table. His story is locked in as a cautionary tale of how fast fame can flip into total destruction. So what do you think about this wild situation with Johnny Somali? Can he ever find a way to rebuild, or is this really the end of the road for him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breakdowns like this, because the truth always slips out sooner or later.